123, 123. How do you read?
Loud and clear.
Okay, loud and clear. Let's go ahead and start this baby up. Then we got the beacon on. You ready?
Yep.
Let's do it. You got the... Alright. I got the throttle. Let's go. Clear?
Clear.
Okay. A little bit of prime. Alright. Ready? Go. Go. Alright. Try it again. Alright, give it a shot.
Clear.
Yep.
Just needed to prime it, huh?
You know, sometimes the mixture, you know, and the way the mixture is set up and all that is a little... Gotta get the proper ratio to get it, you know, started up nice. Okay, we're flying night, so we're gonna put lights.
Okay.
Alright, and... supposed to be... Now let me ask you for simulating instrument stuff. You want to be able to see the altimeter, you want to be able to see your compass for your heading, or the heading indicator, and the turn coordinator. Are you able to see them? Because at night, when we're flying, you're not going to see much outside. So it's, you know, you want to be able to see your instruments. So you can see it good, no problem?
I see it.
That's good. The ATIS 2665 here.
300-Nighter. Visual approach and use, landing and departing runway 19er. IFR departures, advise ground control for taxi to IFR. Read back on runway hold short instructions, read back on runway 7, read back on altitude 7. Advise public tower, initial contact that use information Sierra.
Sierra.
Nation Sierra.
The public airport information Sierra, time 2353 Zulu. Wind 210 at 13, peak depth 21, visibility 10, skies clear below wind 2000, temperature Nighter 2.3, altimeter 300-Nighter. Visual approach and use, landing and departing runway 19er. IFR departures, advise ground control for taxi to IFR. Read back on runway hold short instructions, read back on runway 7, read back on altitude 7. Advise public tower, initial contact that use information Sierra. The public airport information Sierra, time 2353 Zulu. Wind 210 at 13, peak depth 21, visibility.
Via Bravo, cross
You got the winner? Sierra.
300
taxi back, so our
Yes,
request.
sir.
Taxi Bravo, cross 32.
Okay, I want you to get comfortable with the airplane first before we start taxiing. So let's... First time ever on the 152. Never flown on 152.
First time on the 152.
Put your feet on the brakes. Kind of get the feel for the airplane. It's going to start rolling forward. Let it roll forward.
Okay.
A little bit of throttle. There you go. The left.
Brakes are fine.
Hit the brakes. I'll check my brakes. My brakes are good. Your brakes. We're good.
My airplane.
I like to stick with the yellow line. One of the guys go, if you're going to put that yellow line between your feet, you're never going to get in trouble. Never. Clear on the right.
Left.
Sometimes you got to watch on the right side. There's, you know, airplanes and cars coming, but he's going to give way. We can make a left.
Okay.
And we got to go with public ground. Cessna 757 Alpha Delta at Atlantic with Sierra, ready to taxi for eastbound departure. This way you tell them that you have the information, you tell them where you are, and you tell them your intention, which is eastbound.
Alright, eastbound departure.
Yep.
Nation Sierra. We're Atlantic, right? Or a spot echo?
Atlantic, yeah, like you're in the Atlantic coast or Atlantic Ocean. Atlantic, that's what it's called.
Okay.
See over there it says Blue Atlantic?
Yep.
That's where we are.
Okay. Public ground, Cessna 757 Alpha Delta at Atlantic, requesting taxi to the active information Sierra, eastbound departure.
757 Alpha Delta, ground eastbound on request, runway 19, taxi via Bravo, cross runway 32.
Bravo, crossing runway 32 for 757 Alpha Delta. Thank you.
Bravo, clear to cross runway 32. Your radios are great. Yeah, very good. You're very confident on a radio. Excellent. And a lot of, big part of instrument training and instrument flying is radio communication with air traffic control.
Right.
So, you know, there's a CD you can buy, IFR communication. You can go on the Airman Information Manual and read about radio communication for IFR. The better you communicate with air traffic control IFR, the better you are as an instrument as far as instruments go, because a lot of radio communication when you're flying instruments. Basically, from the moment you start the prop until you shut down on the ramp, you're going to be with air traffic control all the way through.
Right. So we're going to cross here?
We're going to make a left.
All right.
And we're going to cross runway 3214 on Bravo. We're using runway 19 for departure. The wind's from the south. It's gonna die. It's gonna smooth out. It's just a little bumpy now. I like to get that field elevation at 85. Sometimes, as long as for instrument flight, okay, let's focus. Plus or minus 75 feet is what you want to have here. So, you're still within standard, but if I have it on field elevation, it's usually more precise. As far as the taxi check for instrument flight, how do you know that all the six-pack?
Well, as I'm turning on the taxiway, I would confirm with my my heading indicator, right?
Okay.
To see that it's working.
Very good.
I would also calibrate it by looking at the compass, making sure that they match.
Make sure they match,
they're
yep.
matching.
Yep. What about the turn coordinator? How do you know it's working properly?
Okay, the turn coordinator. As we're turning, we'll verify it.
As you're turning to the right or left, it's going to indicate a turn to the direction you're turning, and the ball's going to go to the outside of the turn.
Right.
Because it's swinging. Centrifugal force is going to send that ball to the outside.
We also want to make sure that the ball has a full fluid.
Absolutely, yeah. We'll make sure it's full fluid, yeah. What about the attitude indicator? How do we check that?
That's a very good question.
And 3 Golf Alpha coming in very weak for some reason, not understanding your transmission.
Do we check it on a takeoff roll? Or is it aligned with the horizon? Or
basically, as you're turning, it's not supposed to precess more than 5 degrees.
Right,
precess more than 5 degrees, like move 5 or left degrees left to right, or the pitch, the dot, which is nose to airplane, is not supposed to go up and down more than 5 degrees. Because if it does, something's wrong with it.
Right.
How about the compass for instrument flight?
That's a very good one.
Yeah. What you're heading now, basically, it's like you're taking off runway 1, right? Right now. Okay, so runway 1, what's supposed to be your heading? As your
010.
Okay, so compass heading 010. What's it showing now?
Showing about that 010?
Yeah, just about right. So make sure it's full of fluid, and you can see the bubbles.
Right.
That means plenty of fluid on the whiskey compass, and it's indicating your heading, which is basically compass heading 010. Perfect. That's how we check it for IFR flight. You know what's the minimum instruments we need for an IFR night flight?
The minimum instruments?
Yeah, what's the minimum instruments you need for an instrument flight at night?
Republic ground, Warrior 41888 at Delta, taxi with Sierra.
Oh, I didn't know there was anything that could be MEL'd on an airplane for instrument flight.
Runway 19 Golf.
If you look at Part 91, it has minimum instrument required, instruments that are required for an IFR flight at night. I mean, you have IFR day, IFR night. Let's assume this is just a simulation. We're going to simulate instrument flying tonight. But if we are actually in an IFR flight plan now, and we're flying at night under instrument flight rules, what are the instruments?
We need an attitude indicator.
Definitely need a pitch and bank information, which is the attitude indicator.
Need a turn coordinator.
Turn coordinator, or what else can we use if you don't have a turn coordinator?
Republic ground,
the attitude indicator.
No.
For VFR departure.
We don't have a turn indicator, we can use the heading indicator for the compass.
This is a turn coordinator. You know of another instrument that will give you rate of turn, you know, other than turn coordinator? What is that?
The heading indicator.
Is it going to be able to give you rate of turn, though? From the heading? Can you tell how many degrees per second you're turning from the heading? Not really. Maybe if you count, like, it's spinning, maybe. But it's not precise to get the rate of turn, to get the actual rate, 3 degrees per second. It's actually called a turn and slip indicator.
Turn and slip indicator.
Have you seen that on your instrument written exam, turn and slip indicator?
Yeah.
Definitely in there, yeah.
Definitely in there.
Yep, so you don't need a turn coordinator. You can use a turn and slip for instrument flight. It's also okay.
Turn and slip.
What about this? This is a very good question. A lot of guys get that wrong. Do you need a vertical speed indicator for instrument flight?
No.
Very good, excellent. You don't need a vertical speed indicator. Beautiful. And what about altimeter?
No, we need the altimeter.
Absolutely, man. How are you going to maintain 3,000? If they say, Cessna maintain 3,000, you got to be able to maintain by the altimeter. And what about airspeed?
Yes, we need an airspeed indicator.
We need an airspeed indicator. What about an electrical system? Like something generating power for the instrument flight?
That's a very good one.
Ground, good evening.
We need it.
We need it.
Yep.
To Atlantic.
Definitely need it. We need the generator, alternator, something that produces power for the electrical system in the aircraft.
Via Bravo for Stingray 650. Thank you, sir.
We've done a run-up on this airplane today. It's working great. If you want to be comfortable, you can do another run-up, or we can just depart.
We could just depart.
I do run-up once a day. If I've flown the airplane before and I fly it all day, I just do once a day in the mornings, like the first flight of the day, and that's it. It's good for the day, usually. But it's up to you. All right, when do we contact the tower?
We would contact the tower after the run-up and when we're ready to go.
Okay.
On IFR flight, we would request the release, right? Because they have to work on our release.
Absolutely. But when do we usually, airman information, you can take this one here, it's a little quicker. Yeah, make it right here, it's good. The airman information manual says that you need to contact the tower when advised to do so, or from the hold short line, alright? Well, as long as ground didn't advise us, we're on the hold short line, boom, we're gonna go tower.
Okay.
Bravo. Alright, if the final's clear, you can give them a call. What I like to do here, if it's just VFR, we're simulating IFR, we're not really IFR, is Republic Tower, blah, 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 holding short of 19er at Bravo, ready for takeoff, eastbound departure. We get the TS on for us, so we got traffic on departure.
Public Tower, Cessna 757 Alpha Delta. Holding short 19, ready for takeoff, eastbound departure.
757 Alpha Delta, Public Tower, runway 19, full line clear for takeoff, eastbound is approved.
Clear for takeoff, 757 Alpha Delta, thank you.
Takeoff, full length. Alright. Alright.
Hey, Public Tower, good evening, Navajo 92 Kilo Whiskey. Over Dome Speeds with information to Sierra.
And that's Arrow 5860 Whiskey over Jones Beach.
That was Navajo 92 Kilo Whiskey over Sierra.
Navajo 92 Kilo Whiskey, thank you.
Hey, clear for takeoff, ready?
Yes, sir, clear for takeoff, eastbound approved.
Base runway 19.
We're continuing down for right, base for 19.
Hey, airspeed's building.
Right downwind.
Right downwind's fine.
Right downwind for 19 Kilo Whiskey.
60 knots.
Yep, 60s rotate.
Rotate.
Right rudder and left aileron. There you go. Get that center line. Beautiful. 70 to 80 is a good target on this bird.
Yeah.
Put a little bit of heat, so let me know if you're too hot, you're too cold, whatever. Fine. How's the headset?
Oh, headset's quiet. Headset's great.
Good.
Very bumpy.
Nice. Alright, Alright, looks like you're at 90. Get that pitch up. Trim is necessary. Your trim wheel is right here. Trim for about 70 to 80. That's a good climb. It's going to be bumpy here, but then as we climb up to about 1500 or so, it's going to smooth out. Alright. Alright. Plenty of altitude. Clear to the east. Let's turn left to the east.
Alright, turning left heading 090.
Yep.
Clear left.
Clear right. Beautiful night.
Absolutely.
Very nice night.
2-3 Golf Alpha is ready on the west side.
You've been flying for a while, almost 10 years, 8 years or so?
Yeah, but my time doesn't really show it, because I definitely did give up. I think the money thing got me frustrated.
Yeah.
Nice.
But, you know what? I'm going to attack it this time. I think I should do it. I love flying.
Knock out that instrument rating, definitely. Knock out, it's going to make you a better pilot, a safer pilot. Totally knock out the instrument stuff, and then you can relax a little bit. Now, what I like to do here is request for exchange, because it's going to take time to get the clearance for Charlie and all that stuff, so...
Okay.
Cougar
I can request that.
3 Golf Alpha Republic Tower, make left close traffic, runway 19, clear.
If he's too busy, we'll wait, but if he's not too busy, we'll ask for exchange.
3 Golf Alpha.
Bravo 2 Kilo Whiskey 1 departure, Cougar full 1.
Smoothing out right now, yeah, 1500, get smooth.
How do you like my flying so far?
Beautiful, you did a wonderful job, wonderful job. Just go for a fixed exchange because he's quiet now.
Alright. Public Tower, Cessna 757 Alpha Delta, requesting frequency change, please.
So 7 Alpha Delta approved.
Thank you, have a good night, sir.
Okay, this is New York approach. The easiest way east is just to get clearance to Charlie. So what I like to do is request, then say your request.
Yeah.
Off Republic, 4 miles east, 1,800, climbing 2,500. Request transition through Charlie, destination East Hampton.
Okay.
Something like, just tell him what's going on. And this is it.
Alright, we're in. Okay.
Yep. New York's in, yep.
New York Center, New York approach?
New York approach, yep, New York approach, yep.
New York approach, Cessna 757 Alpha Delta.
Cessna 757 Alpha Delta, yeah, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Cessna 757 Alpha Delta, 4 miles east of Farmingdale, requesting transition through Charlie airspace. We are at 2,200, climbing at 2,500.
You may ask for destination, but be ready for a squawk.
7 Alpha Delta, what's your destination?
Our destination, East Hampton, Hotel Tango Oscar.
Cessna 7 Alpha Delta, squawk 4365.
Squawking 4365 for 57 Alpha Delta.
4365. You're familiar with the narco transponder?
No, I'm not.
Not at all. Okay, you push on this button,
Okay.
and it's gonna go 4. Another push, it swings to the second digit. 3, 6, 5. He did not say ident, so we don't have to worry about it. Now here on the TCAS, you can cross-check your squawk. See what the TCAS says?
Yeah.
Not just that, it will give you the traffic return altitude of 2,200, so you can kind of...
7 Alpha Delta, Verticon, side sub altimeter 3010.
3010, 757 Alpha Delta.
Okay, 3010, let's go ahead and put that in there. And
572 out of 8.
let's go up to 2,500 and do a cruise checklist.
Maintain 4,000.
And the cruise check on this is exactly the same as a 172M that you've flown. Nothing different.
I don't remember the...
It's easy. You set the power, you set the mixture, and you open up your flight plan, or, you know, if you don't have a flight plan, just, you know... just fly. But we're into class Charlie now, and we got clearance. Beautiful. And always every 5-10 minutes, what I recommend is, get these two lined up. It tends to, and you want to be in a straight and level unaccelerated flight when you do that. So cross-check the compass and the heading indicator. Okay, we don't have to use foggles, but if you're ready, I highly recommend it, so you can fly the airplane reference to the instrument, and you can start logging your instrument time.
Okay. That's up to you. I can get on the goggles if you want.
You can get on goggles?
Yeah,
okay.
I'm fine.
Now, one thing for sure, if you get a little dizzy or nauseous or whatever, just let me know, because I have had people just...
No, trust me, I'm fine. I got a flight simulator. I'm an IMC all the time.
Oh, okay, beautiful. Yeah. Do you have foggles, or you want to use mine?
I'll use yours. Okay, cool. Me and my brother, we used to be so tight. We used to always challenge each other in, approaches on the simulator.
He flies the Airbus, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
He's flown the Airbus, the 145.
The jungle jet.
And his turboprop that he said is the most dangerous turboprop is the Brasilia 120.
Oh, Embraer 120, yeah. Yeah.
He had an engine failure at cruise altitude one time.
Yeah, it's a pretty complex aircraft. Much more complex than the Jetstream. I used to fly the J41 Super Jetstream.
Oh yeah?
And I've heard from an Embraer 120 pilots, the Brasilia pilots, it's the aircraft systems are much more complex. I never got into it, but from their reputation in the simulator and stuff, they said it's pretty complex.
Hey,
okay, one thing for sure. Every time there's a transfer of controls, I emphasize it to all my students. Positive exchange of aircraft controls. That means it's got to repeat 3 times.
Yep. Your aircraft?
You're going to say, you ready for the controls? I say, yes, sir. Your aircraft, your controls. I'm going to say, my aircraft, my controls, and you're going to repeat your aircraft, your control. This way we know somebody's flying the airplane. All right, let's try that.
Huh? Your aircraft?
My aircraft, my controls.
Your controls.
My controls. Beautiful. Now it's your turn to put the foggles. I'll fly the plane. When you're ready, we'll exchange it back.
Okay, I'm ready for the aircraft.
Okay. Your aircraft, your controls.
My aircraft.
Your aircraft, your controls. Beautiful.
My aircraft.
Alright, the first thing we're going to do is straight and level flight, okay?
Okay. 210, then
Excuse me, and that's going to be basically holding eastbound,
Alright.
and holding 2,500, okay?
2,500 heading eastbound.
Beautiful.
Unfortunately, it's a Cherokee.
This aircraft flies very good.
It flies very nice. I love this airplane. Absolutely love it.
60 knots over the ground.
Okay, as you're
Little painful.
flying along here,
Okay.
Yeah, we'll check to see if we picked up Danny in the next
2,500, and eastbound, I would like you to tell me what is your primary bank instrument right now at straight and level flight?
Straight and level flight, my primary bank instrument is going to be the heading indicator.
Beautiful. That is the most precise bank information because it's going to give you the heading, which is what you're trying to maintain eastbound, correct?
That's correct.
Now talk to me about the supporting instruments for that eastbound or heading. What is the supporting instruments for that?
The supporting instruments for that would be the turn coordinator and the attitude indicator.
Excellent. Beautiful. That's what I like to hear. Now let's change to the other side of the fence and talk about pitch. What is the primary pitch instrument in straight and level flight? Heading eastbound 2,500.
That will be the vertical speed indicator. Or the attitude indicator. I get that confused.
Alright, you get that confused. Thanks for your integrity. Let's get that confusion out of the way here, okay? And let's talk about what is the instrument that will give you the primary pitch information that you can read. I need to be at 2,500 on the dot.
The altimeter.
Altimeter, beautiful. That's very easy because if you're straight and level flight and you're holding 2,500, the only instrument in this 6-pack here that will give you an exact indication of your altitude is
the altimeter.
That's it. That's your primary pitch instrument. Now, what about the primary and supporting? When you go on the supporting side, what will be supporting that pitch?
The attitude indicator.
Beautiful. You see that dot? That's the nose of the aircraft, and it will show you a supporting indication of pitch. And what about the other guys?
The heading indicator.
Beautiful. Definitely. Heading, you said? Pitch. Let's focus on pitch, yeah.
Vertical speed indicator.
Vertical speed indicator will be supporting your pitch, and what else?
Airspeed indicator.
Airspeed. How do you support your pitch by airspeed?
By determining, support it by monitoring the airspeed, if there's a gradual increase or decrease.
Beautiful. If we pitch up, what's going to happen to the airspeed?
It will start to decrease.
Start to decrease. If we pitch down, what's going to happen to the airspeed?
The airspeed will start increasing.
That's how we support the pitch with the airspeed. Beautiful. Any questions on straight and level flight, primary and supporting?
No, pretty straightforward.
Pretty straightforward, absolutely. Now, we're going to do a little bit of intercepting and tracking here. I want to see your knowledge as far as intercepting and tracking of VOR radios and, you know, navigation equipment. So, I'm going to give you a clearance, and you tell me step by step how you're going to be doing it, all right? So, Cessna 757 Alpha Delta, advise when you're ready to copy instructions.
Cessna 757 Alpha Delta, ready to copy instructions.
757 Alpha Delta, proceed direct to the Hampton VR, maintain 2,500. Report established direct to the VR.
Hey, maintain 2,500 direct to the East Hampton VOR. Cessna 757 Alpha Delta.
757 Alpha Delta, report established.
Roger, we'll report established. 757 Alpha Delta.
Okay, so what is the first thing we need to do right now?
Is I would have to put in the frequency for the East Hampton VOR.
Very nice, there it is.
I'll verify it.
And then what do we do after we put the frequency in there?
November 200 Lima Charlie.
Verify the frequency, verify that the...
Beautiful, you're going to look at the code on the IFR and route chart.
Right.
And you're going to give you a Morse code on the box.
Right.
And you're going to read the Morse code, and you're going to push. Actually, this one is pull to ident. And you're going to listen to the Morse code.
And we'll verify the Morse code, that's correct.
November 757 Alpha Delta. Did you plan on transitioning the Gabreski Flight Delta? I just want to climb the 2600 and stay above them.
Tell him if we can get Gabreski to transition with him and then get back to him, that'll be great.
Cessna 757 Alpha Delta, can we stay with you direct to Gabreski?
No, would like to change.
Delta. If you're going to go through the Delta, you're going to call Gabreski Tower.
That is correct. We would like to call Gabreski, yeah. That is correct. Call Gabreski and then come back to him, yep.
Okay, yeah, we'll call Gabreski and head back over to you, Cessna 757 Alpha Delta. Alright, so we need to call Gabreski Tower.
Yeah, this way he knows he's going to tell us, go ahead, contact Gabreski. I see it's 25-6 over there, so we're going to line it up. And then we, you know, talk to him. But we still got a little ways, about, you know, 5-10 minutes. But basically, 13-6, this is your nav indicator. Did you hear the Morse code? Yeah. Basically, you're going to have that Morse code on your box and make sure that matches. Then what are we going to do here?
We'll turn the OBS until the needle centers.
Okay, beautiful. We're going to have needle centered with a 2 indication or a from indication?
And were you looking for a purchase Farmingdale?
A 2 indication.
A 2 indication, beautiful. Then what are we going to do with this?
We'll just fly it.
Yeah. If the needle's to the right, we'll crab to the right. If the needle's to the left, we'll go left. Anticipate some crabbing to the right and the needle keep on swinging right because we got that crosswind from the southwest, remember?
Right. Now it's showing them to the left.
Let me see, a little...
7320 Golf, contact Rescue Tower.
Yeah, kinda...
Rescue Tower, 20 Golf.
There you go. About easterly heading. Now, for your instrument rating, you will need to have minimum of 40 hours of simulated or actual instrument time. So, if you look at the regulation, you know, the more you're under the hood, the better off you are for your instrument.
Skyhawk 1089 Delta, contact Providence, approach 119 or 0.45.
It's a beautiful day. Beautiful night, excuse me.
It's really nice up here, very smooth.
I'm really happy with the way this aircraft flies.
That's what I like to hear.
Mike, go ahead.
That's what I like to hear. Everything positive. Keep it positive, everything will be positive.
Mike, sorry, I had you guys landing farmed out here. Are you landing ISS?
But not bad for a rusty pilot, huh?
I think you're doing very well, if you ask me. This is going to be a walk in the park.
200 Lima Charlie, descend to maintain 4,000, turn left, direct drive.
If he forgets the transfers to Gabreski in about a mile, just give him a call
Lima Charlie, descend to maintain
and tell him 757 Alpha Delta would like to go to Gabreski. So
okay.
You know. Because technically it's class Delta. We need to talk to him before we go transition there.
Okay. So we are.
6 Alpha Mike, contact 19-3.
Yeah, go ahead and tell him. We're getting too close to Gabreski. Yeah, give him a call.
New York approach, Cessna 757 Alpha Delta, requesting frequency change over to Gabreski Tower.
Cessna 7 Alpha Delta, contact Gabreski Tower 125.3, radar service terminated.
125.3, 757 Alpha Delta.
Okay, he said radar service terminated. He basically throws you off. Okay, so
yes,
that's fine. It's okay. We'll just do. Maybe he's too busy for us, so that's okay. We'll just do see and avoid. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm back to 1200.
Okay.
And let's contact Gabreski. And basically, Gabreski Tower, Cessna 757 Alpha Delta would like to transition class Delta, 2,500 west to east. He's going to approve it, no problem.
What are we, northwest of Gabreski?
We're basically 5 miles to the west and transitioning west to east.
5 miles to the west. Okay.
Yep.
So 5 miles to the west. Okay. Gabreski Tower, Cessna 757 Alpha Delta.
7 Alpha Delta, Gabreski Tower.
Yes, sir. We're 5 miles to the west at 2,500 over class Delta airspace.
7 Alpha Delta, roger. Transition approved. Altimeter was 3012.
3012, 757 Alpha Delta. Thank you, sir.
Alright, let's watch the heading here. Look at that needle. Where is that needle going?
That's going left of the station.
Left of the station, okay. What heading would you need to pick right now to intercept the track?
060.
Okay, let's do it.
Where are you now in your altitude?
Clear left.
Clear left, no traffic in sight.
And we are at the southwest corner of your airspace.
And which way are you going now?
We're making our turn back to the west, 20 Golf.
Okay, you're 5 southwest westbound?
Affirmative, we're 5 southwest and we're making a turn westbound, 20 Golf.
Roger. And the 7 Alpha Delta, your position, altitude again?
4 miles to the west.
4 miles to the west at 2,500.
Okay, you got traffic, your vicinity at 2,000 westbound.
Looking for traffic.
Looking for traffic, 57 Alpha Delta, thank you.
20 Golf, you got traffic opposite at 2.5.
Roger, 20 Golf, we're looking.
I don't see anything in sight, and my TCAS is not showing anything in sight, but I'm looking. He's probably too far out. We'll see.
Okay.
You hold your heading 060, and let's see if that needle's going to get in.
Yeah,
but basically, this is how we intercept and track radials, okay? This is how we do it. Nothing out there. We're right on top of the airport. I don't see any traffic. Okay, back to the cruise check, which we neglected. Let's go ahead and set the power at 2400 RPM. About 75% power, 2400 RPM.
Oh, I had to increase it.
Yeah, see, 2000 to 25 or so is green, so 24 is about 75% power.
And trim.
And trim is necessary. And let me teach you a trick that works on every airplane as far as leaning the mixture.
Okay.
Go ahead and lean the mixture until you hear the engine running rough, like vuh, 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 vuh.
Okay.
Go ahead, lean it. When you hear vuh, 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 vuh running rough, let me know. be shy, keep turning. You feel it?
Yeah, I feel
okay,
it.
give me 2 full turns to the right. Right, right. That's it. Nothing to it.
Okay.
I'll show you how quickly you can do it. Running rough. 1, 2. Done.
Done. Okay. A little off course to the right here.
Yep. Very important when you're flying instruments is to hold your heading and just wait for the response by the indicator. Sometimes it takes a while when you're far from the station, okay?
Okay. So we're doing 100 knots.
Yeah, we're cruising nicely. 2,400 RPM, 100 knots. Beautiful. Gonna be very fast going down there, but coming back is gonna be a slow go. Just to give you a heads up, you're cruising at 130 knots now over the ground.
That's nice.
It's very fast for this airplane, but just the wind. Now, when we clear of Gabreski, I'm going to give you another clearance, and we'll talk about how do we intercept and track a course to the VOR. Or, basically outbound radial when you're going inbound.
Okay.
I'll explain when we clear of Gabreski. You can go ahead and tell them 757 Alpha Delta, 5 miles to the east, frequency change, and then this way we can just talk about instrument stuff.
Gabreski Tower, Cessna 757 Alpha Delta, 5 miles to the east, requesting frequency change, please.
Roger, 7 Alpha Delta, frequency change approved.
Frequency change approved, 57 Alpha Delta, have a good night, sir.
Good night.
Okay.
So you think my radio communication's okay?
Yeah, no problem. Sometimes you kind of forget stuff, like I told you before. Just ask for transition, and you forgot to say transition. But it's okay. Don't worry. Let's focus on the instrument skills now. Okay. Now, I'm gonna give you a heading to intercept and track a radio inbound. Okay.
Okay.
So it's gonna appear to be a little complicated, but I'll explain it when we get to that point, okay?
Okay.
So, Cessna 757 Alpha Delta, hold heading 120 to join the 240 degree radial from Hampton VOR, track it inbound.
Okay. You were just giving me a clearance?
I will just give you a clearance. It sounds complicated, but it's really not bad.
Okay.
So, 757 Alpha Delta, hold heading 120 to join the 240 degree radial from Hampton VOR and track it inbound.
Okay, we'll turn to 120 to track the East Hampton VOR, the 240 degree radial.
And then what's the rest of the clearance? Track it.
We have to track it.
Track it inbound.
Track it inbound.
That's correct. Okay, so let's go ahead and set up the 240 degree radial from Hampton VOR. Let's go ahead and put it in there. Okay, beautiful. Now you have a small little triangle here, and you have a big triangle on the top. And you have another triangle on the to and from indication, which is inside the gauge, okay?
Okay.
So far, so good?
Yes.
Now, the top triangle will give you the 240 degree radial with the from indication. The bottom triangle will give you the course to the station when you're on the 240 degree radial.
Right.
So far, so good?
Yep.
So, in order to not have reverse sensing when you're going into the station, what do we have to have here on the top? From or to indication?
From indication.
When we're going to the VOR, we need to have a from indication?
No, when we're going to the VOR, it'll be a 2.
Beautiful. So what I like to do here is basically swing this where the 060 is on the big triangle and the 240 is on the bottom triangle.
Okay.
Now look at the gauge, tell me what's happening.
Okay, we have a 2 indication and we're flying the 240 degree radio.
Now we don't have any reverse sensing. We got 060 and 120 is our heading, and the needle's going to come in. Which way are we going to turn as it's centered?
To the left.
And what heading?
060.
Beautiful. You know your stuff. You see? Nothing to it. This instrument rating is going to be a walk in the park. Let's see, I'm not sure if the tower works. 2522. I know in the season they have. Let's try 22.7.
East Hampton traffic, Cessna traffic, 6 miles to the west, landing East Hampton traffic.
Good evening. This is East Hampton Airport. Automated advisory. Wind TP0.13. Caution crosswind. Wind shear. Altimeter 3013. Surrounding height discretion.
Remark. East Hampton Common Traffic Advisory 125.26.
For further services, click the MX3 Samsung.
Yeah, we gotta go. I think the tower's operational here, but let me see something. Keep joining that radio. Oh, it looks like we passed the station. Oh, it looks like we're right over the Vienna. Let's see. 22.
Yep, we got a from indication.
From indication, we just passed it.
East Hampton traffic, East Hampton Tower, Cessna 757 Alpha Delta, how do you read?
I don't even know if,
Isn't East Hampton an uncontrolled area?
yeah, it's uncontrolled, but it has a tower. I mean, worst case, we'll just go to somewhere else, because I don't even know if they have... I don't even see the lights. Okay, I think I got it now. Alright.
East Hampton traffic, Cessna traffic. We'll be overflying the airport and landing to the rest on runway 28, East Hampton traffic. East Hampton traffic, Cessna traffic, overflying the airport, landing to the west, runway 28, East Hampton traffic.
Alright, let's go ahead and start a descent. Do your descent checklist. Let's go down. And I'll line you up for an approach.
Okay.
Where it's kind of a simulated approach. Runway 28. So let's go ahead and descend to 1,400.
Turn 1,400.
And let's turn right heading 060. 060, 1,400.
Alright, clear right.
Clear right, nobody's out. TCAS is clear. Okay, I still see, okay, I see the lights now.
What altitude do you want me to maintain?
1,400 and heading 060. Let's go ahead and head over to heading of 090 now, 1,400.
Alright, 09014.
Okay, facility hours 24. I'm looking at my airport facility directory now. Okay, light intensity is medium. And CTAF is 2522, which is Common Traffic Advisory Frequency. 2522.
East half the traffic, says the traffic will maneuver to the east to land runway 28. East half the traffic.
Alright. And we have AWAS at 22.7. Seven Alpha Delta, heading 180, 1,400. This will be vectors. We're kind of a simulated VOR approach, okay? So.
Okay. So I'll go to 180.
Yeah, 180, 1,400, yeah.
180, 1,400.
Yep.
Alright, so right? Alright, 180, 1,400.
Okay, your inbound course will be 243.
Okay.
Alright, hold 1,400. And 757 Alpha Delta. Turn right heading 270, maintain 1,400 till established on the final approach course. You're cleared for the VR approach, runway 28.
Okay, turning right heading 240, Cessna 757 Alpha Delta, cleared for the VOR approach.
Runway 28.
Runway 28.
Okay, this is kind of a simulation of what it's like to do an instrument approach, which is a VR, okay? So you want to maintain that needle centered. Keep your standard rate turn on the turn coordinate, all the way heading 240.
East half the traffic, Cessna traffic, 757 Alpha Delta. Currently 5 miles to the east, landing runway 28, east half the traffic.
Alright, now keep cross-checking your VOR and your, your compass and your head indicator just to make sure they match.
Okay. They look good.
And you're going to hold a heading of 270 to join on that course. That course will put you into the airport. Okay, beautiful. I got the beacon.
Okay.
And you can go ahead and descend down like to a simulated, again, this is all VFR, we're simulating an approach. MDA, minimum descent altitude of 600. So let's go ahead and descend down 600 and hold that course.
Okay.
And it should put you right into the airport. Alright, looks like course is coming alive. Your feet are off the brakes, right?
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. We're gonna do a nice crosswind landing here. Okay, watch that needle. What's that needle doing now?
Going to the left.
Going to the left. Okay, so let's track it in band. Okay, keep that needle centered. Put you right into the airport. Nice 500 feet per minute descent. Moving more to the left now. Moving more to the left. As it's moving more and more, you want to get that needle back in there. Don't let it swing full deflection. When it does swing full deflection on the VR approach, you want to go missed approach, okay? So you don't want that. Anticipate more and more, because where's the wind coming from now?
The wind's coming from the west, correct? Northwest?
Well, when we took off, where was the wind? What runway we used to take off from Republic?
Runway 19er.
19, so where's the wind? The south, right?
Yep.
Okay, so crab to the south, okay?
Crab to the south.
I'm going to let you take your foggles off. Just level off at 700. Always level off 100 feet above, so you never go below your MDA.
Okay.
Alright. Ooh, boy.
Wow, this is
down
really...
low. Alright, take your foggles, my controls.
Your controls.
My controls. Get those lights on. Alright, there's a beacon right there. Stay at 700. You see that beacon right there?
Yeah.
Your controls?
My controls.
Your controls. Stay at 700 until you pick up that runway. It's gonna be in an angle. It's gonna come up like 2.8 this way.
Okay.
I'll be helping you. Just kind of stay. The only
It's a bit bumpy.
yeah, it's bumpy down here. The only issues I have usually first time on any airplane is people, pilots put their feet on the brakes, and you can feel that, wheel, So always, stay on the bottom of the pedals this way. You don't. But you can pick up that beacon now. It's white, green. You see to the right, but yep, 2 o'clock, right, and green. That's your airport right there.
Okay.
That'll be a little bit of a challenge because of the crosswind, but I'll be here helping you, no problem.
I'm having a hard time controlling the airplane.
It's alright, we're gonna have some fun tonight. But then, after we get airborne, it's gonna be, much smoother. It's smooth. Above 1500, it smooths out. Just down low, it's bumpy.
Whoa. I reduced airspeed and maneuver speed?
Yeah, slow down, absolutely, slow down. Now look here, right? You're kind of on a right base to 2.8, you see it?
Yeah, I see it.
Yep.
Are we going to be using flaps on this system?
I prefer, 10 flaps, or, partial flaps. I don't like full flaps. Just on the go-around, it's so much easier.
East Hampton traffic, Cessna traffic is on a right base, runway 28, East Hampton traffic.
I don't have the runway.
Runway is off to your right. You're on the right base. Look to the right. You'll see it in a second as you're lining up.
Okay.
Just stay at 700 until you're comfortable on the glide path.
Okay. I'm going to turn final. Runway inside.
Yep. Just remember, you're going to have a lot of wind from the left. Wind's from the south, and we're landing to the west.
Okay.
So it's like a direct crosswind. Alright, beautiful. Now I like to stay on the VASI. You see those 2 white lights?
Yeah, it means we're high.
Yeah, just get 1 red, 1 white all the way down. You're perfect. Sometimes on an uncontrolled field, the lights turn off.
Fast.
It's a pilot control, but it's like a delay. So I click the lights a little bit. Make sure it's on. Okay, very nice.
So no flaps landing here?
Yeah, let's do no flaps. That's good. I'll be with you on the control. Just keep coming down. You're good. Yeah, a lot of crosswind. A little bit too low. A little bit too low. Let's get that. Throttle back. Yeah. Throttle back. Throttle all the way down. All the way idle. Idle. There you go. Coming down. Red and white. Just like that. Get that. Wrap in there. Very nice. Right rudder. Hold it, throttle back to idle. Very nice. Get that aileron into the wind. There you go, as the crosswind. And slowly get on the brakes. Nice and easy. Kind of feel the differential braking.
Yeah.
And as you slow down, more and more aileron because of the left wind.
Right.
Very nice.
Oh, that was nice.
not bad. A little, you know.
It was a little bit of a wrestling fight.
A little challenging, yeah, a little challenging. But you're good. You got plenty of runway. Since it's a direct crosswind,
yeah,
the easiest way to be is to take off, but now we're going to take off with the opposite crosswind.
Okay.
So we had crosswind to the left, now we're going to have crosswinds from the right.
East Hampton traffic, Cessna 757 Alpha Delta. We're going to be departing to the east on runway 1010. East Hampton traffic.
Okay. All the way to departure end, swing it back, make sure your trim is set for takeoff, and we're going to take off to the west, and we're going to go back to instrument flying if you're okay with it.
Is that white?
Yeah, that's the trim, yeah, white. Watch yourself, don't hit the lights. Left, right. No. I go right back to the white, all the way to departure. Never leave runway behind unless you want to show off. Okay, that's it.
So you're recording right now?
Camera's on, yep. And looks like we're good. Now we're going to have crosswinds from the right.
East Hampton traffic, Cessna 757 Alpha Delta. Departing runway 10 straight out to the east, East Hampton traffic.
Okay, you ready?
Go you!
Hi, airplane.
Steering controls. Right crosswind.
Right crosswind. Airspeed's alive. 60 knots, rotate.
Look at that drift. You feel that drift?
Yeah. Positive climb, gear up, heading select, please.
Gear up! Heading select.
Heading low blank flight level change.
Let's turn into the wind, a little bit better performance.
Okay.
Yep, shallow turn to the right, into the wind. I don't like to go downwind when it's like that. Go right into the wind, right into the wind. Too much crosswind to go right into the wind. You get much better climb performance right there, right into the wind. Very nice. It's a big mistake when you have a lot of crosswind is to turn downwind instead of turning into the wind.
Right.
You're so much better off just climbing into the wind because you're getting better performance. Okay, keep flying with the bumps and get that best rate. Best rate of climb. We'll climb straight up to the east-southeast, and when it gets smooth, I'll let the airplane...
We just got out of it.
And then, yeah, look at that. You don't have to go that far up.
Maintaining about 70 knots now.
Alright, my control.
Your controls.
Again, back to maximizing instrument flying. So what I would like to do is get you back on the foggles.
Okay.
Unless you're getting a little sticker. You're good. No problem.
I love it. I love flying on the
Okay, very good. We're going to do some simulated instrument flying, and I'm going to give you radar vectors now, and expect some more interesting VR stuff.
Okay.
Alright, you ready for the controls?
My controls.
Okay, your controls.
My controls.
And we're heading... let's go heading southbound. 180 for now.
180.
And let's climb back up to 2,500.
2,500.
You know what? Let's do 1,500.
Alright, 1,500.
Yeah, 1,500, not as much headwind heading back, so.
Okay.
Oops, looks like my TCAS needs a boost.
So, what is your camera showing? The gauges?
Right now, camcorder is outside cabin, gauges. And, you know, it may see a little bit of you, and, you know, it's kind of dark, not much.
Yeah.
And night flying is always kind of dark, but, you know, you can still see stuff. Cessna 757 Alpha Delta, New York approach, turn right heading 240, maintain 1,500.
Okay, it's right turn at 240, maintain 1,500. Cessna 757 Alpha Delta.
I'm gonna get a portable battery for my TCAS, so expect it to be a little dark for a few seconds, and then I'll get the light back up. So so used to that TCAS, you know, it's so safe that I can't fly without it, you know?
Yeah, it's cool.
Alright, that was quick. Yep. It's about $500-600, and it's such a good safety device. Especially when you're in a busy airspace like New York.
Right. Now let's say you want to do the Hudson River tour. You would talk to New York Approach and request transition to Bravo?
What I do is usually get Bravo clearance if they give it to me, and if not, I use the Hudson Unicom, you know, Hudson Traffic 2305. The best is if you go into Bravo and climb at 1,500, that's the best view. You gotta take the class too, you know, there's a little online class. Have you done that? You have a certificate? Okay, you gotta go online and get that class. And then you have if you print your little certificate, and then you can show that you did the Hudson, you know, Hudson traffic. Alright, are you ready for some more instrument stuff?
Yeah.
Cessna 757 Alpha Delta, advise when ready to copy instructions.
Cessna 757 Alpha Delta, ready to copy IFR.
Cessna 757 Alpha Delta, hold heading of 240, maintain heading 240, 1,500. Intercept and track the 240 degree radial from Hampton VOR, track it outbound.
Okay, maintain heading 240 at 1,500, and we'll be tracking the East Hampton VOR 240 degree radial. 57 Alpha Delta.
Affirmative, Alpha Delta, 240 degree radial, track it outbound. Now this is a little bit different clearance.
Okay.
So let's discuss it. Let's think about what we just mentioned here. Intercept and track the 240 degree radial, track it outbound. What was the previous clearance?
The previous clearance was to track it inbound.
Inbound. Okay, so you think there's any difference, or it's the same thing?
No, it's actually the opposite. Tracking 240 degrees. Like that, right?
Excellent. Beautiful. Remember, tracking outbound, if it's a radial outbound, you want to have that radial on the big triangle, which is the top of the OBS, and you want to have a from indication to not have reverse sensing. Okay? When you're tracking inbound, you want to have the radial on the small triangle on the bottom of the screen, on the OBS, and you want to have the reciprocal for that radial course inbound. So if we're going inbound on the 240 degree radial, you want to have 060 degree course on the top, 240 on the bottom. If you're going outbound on the 240 degree radial from the VOR, you want to have 240 on the big triangle on the OBS and the 060 on the bottom, which is what you have right now, which is perfect. Now, look at the two from indication and look what's happening.
Looks like we have a full right deflection.
And a full scale deflection.
Full scale deflection.
Correct. Full scale deflection. Let's see. It's kind of crossing on top of the VOR, like right over the VOR, so it's kind of changing from to to from. So when you have something like that, just be patient, just wait and see how the needle's changing.
East Hampton traffic, Cessna 757 Alpha Delta is 5 miles to the southwest, avoiding the area back to the west, 1,500 East Hampton traffic.
Check it out. From indication, 240.
So we're on the 240 degree.
And we want to be on the 240 degree radial, and we want to track it outbound.
We are tracking it outbound at this time.
Now, are we on the radial?
We're on the 240 degree radial.
You think we are?
Are we on the 060 degree radial?
Yeah, no, really. We're not on the 060 for sure. We're definitely close to the 240 because the needle has full scale deflection when it's 240.
So we are.
What do we need to do? What do we need to do with that indicator to show what radial from we are?
We're on the 270 degree radio outbound.
Well, let's go ahead and verify that. OBS, let's twist with the from indication and needle to center the needle. Oh, that's 2, wrong way. Too much. Too much. Still too much. Almost there. Beautiful. Needle centered from indication. What radial from the station we are right now?
So we are on the 230 degree radio.
So we're almost there, right? We're just 10 degrees off.
Yeah.
Go back to 240. And let's get that 240 degree radial outbound. So when this needle is centered and you're tracking it outbound and you keep it centered, you're on the radial outbound.
Okay.
Any questions?
No, that was good.
Alright, I'm going to give you another one because I think this one is a little shaky. Are you good?
No, I'm fine.
You're fine with that one? Or?
I mean, if you want to give me another one, I'm cool with that too.
I'm going to give you another one. This one I'm not going to help.
Okay.
Cessna 757 Alpha Delta, advise when ready instructions. Copy instructions.
Cessna 757 Alpha Delta, ready to copy instructions.
Cessna 757 Alpha Delta, turn right heading 300. Join the 270 degree radial from Hampton VR. Track it outbound.
Hey, turning right heading 310. 330. And we're tracking the Hampton VOR outbound.
.757 Alpha Delta, that was a heading of 300. I repeat, 300, heading 1,500, and join the 270 degree radial from Hampton VOR. Track it outbound.
Okay, maintain, we'll turn heading 300, and we'll track the East Hampton outbound. The 270 degree radio for 757 Alpha Delta. 70 degree.
Check what's happening.
It's starting to come center.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to intercept the 270 degree radio.
Beautiful. Excellent. Excellent.
What's our ground speed now?
Nothing pretty. Nothing pretty. 75. Let me ask you a question. What do you have to do? Uh-oh. Watch it out. Take a look. It's running away from you. You want to stay on that radio?
Yep, it is running away.
Definitely. You know why it's running away? Remember, all day we've been flying. What's the wind? Where's the wind coming from?
The wind's coming from the south.
From the south, okay? So what do we have to do in order to stay on the radio? We got to crab to the south, exactly. You may need 240, 230, 250. You may need like 30, 40 degrees off your radio to get, to keep the needle centered. Depends on how strong the wind is.
Right.
All right, back to headwinds. What do we need to do with our airspeed in order to be more efficient when we have headwinds heading back to Republic. Not to burn as much fuel.
Not to burn, we need to lean the mixture.
Well, you can lean the mixture, but you know, I'm actually focusing on airspeed now.
Sorry, I'm not sure I understand the question.
The question is when you're heading into the wind, when you have a lot of headwinds, and you want to get to Republic
faster
without burning as much fuel, what do you need to do with your airspeed? Do you need to increase it? You need to decrease it? You need to stay the same? It doesn't matter? Or you can do something to be more efficient with getting to Republic without burning as much fuel?
Well, reducing power, it would take us a lot longer. It would probably burn more.
Absolutely. Definitely don't reduce power. Reducing power is actually going to make it worse.
So we would increase power and increase airspeed to
Beautiful.
compensate for the head.
Definitely, yeah, definitely. Let's get that 2500 right there, right on top of the green, top of the green. More. Right there. And retrim is necessary because every time we change configuration and power setting, we have to retrim. Now keep that needle. Don't get away from it. Stay on that radial. There's a tendency to S-turn initially when I do the intercepting and tracking. So what I like to do is pick a heading and hold it and see what happens. Right now, let's hold a heading of 270 and see what happens.
Okay.
And you gotta hold your heading. That's gonna make you a much better instrument pilot. If you hold your heading and you're able to hold your heading plus or minus 1 degree, you're gold. It's like an autopilot. Heading select, boom. You just hold your heading. I'm gonna call Gabreski. I don't know if they're there. They may have gone for the day. Let's see. So many airports, it's hard to remember all the hours of operation. Alright, I refer back to my airport facility directory, and this is Gabreski here. Gabreski Airport. Control tower hours, 7 in the morning to 11 p.m. So, looks like they're still up and running. Huh. Okay, we'll give them a call.
Good evening, Gabreski, Cessna 757 Alpha Delta is 6 miles to the east. Would like to transition to airspace westbound 1,500.
7 Alpha Delta, roger. Transition approved. The altimeter 3012.
Transitions approved 3012, 757 Alpha Delta.
Transitions approved. Okay, we're good. 1,500.
1,500.
Okay, looks like needle's running away from us to the left. Let's pick another 10 degrees to the left. So let's do 260 and hold it. Let's see what happens. Let's see. Do you have questions in regards to intercepting and tracking?
No.
Cool. You've been studying a little bit for the written, right?
Yeah.
The instrument written. Do you encounter any questions on your instrument written that you want to You want to cover? You want to talk about? Any questions? Anything that's not clear?
Well, I was having some issues with the VOR questions on there. Inbound, outbound stuff, but you clarified that for me, actually.
It's pretty straightforward, right? Let me ask you another one.
Alright.
If I want to go direct to the Deer Park VR, I'm going to twist it for you, 17.7.
Okay.
Right there. What do I need to do? 17.7, tune and identify, the Morse code, but I want to proceed direct to that VR. What do we need to do with that OBS?
We'll turn it until it's centered.
Okay. And that's it? Only turn into its center?
And then we'll turn to that heading.
So what you're saying is you want to center the needle and turn to the heading.
Center the needle and fly it direct to the VOR. Put it in the GPS.
No, we're doing VORs. No GPS. Forget about GPS. Okay, so I ask a question. If you want to go direct to Deer Park VR, you're saying you're going to tune and identify the frequency, you're going to put whatever the Morse code, you're going to center the needle, and you're going to turn to the VR.
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah.
Now there's one important thing here that you forgot.
Okay.
You can center the needle with a to indication,
Or a from indication.
and you can center the needle with a from indication. What's the difference?
Well, if we're flying a from indication, we're outbound. We're tracking the outbound radio.
Are we going direct to Deer Park, or are we going away from Deer Park? What was the clearance? Clearance was...
Going to direct. We're going direct to Deer Park, so it has to be
Correct.
Has to
Clearance was proceed direct to the Deer Park VR. That is correct. So let's make sure we have what on the flag?
To indication.
Ooh. Now remember that. Every time you get a clearance from air traffic control, and it's going to happen a lot, okay, doing instrument flying, these VORs are not going nowhere anytime soon.
Okay.
A lot of pilots tell me, it's absolute, VORs are not going to be away, everything's going to be GPS, blah, blah, blah. I fly my Cessna down to Florida a lot, and I still get proceed direct to Flat Rock, proceed direct to Richmond, proceed direct to Charleston, proceed direct to Jax, proceed direct to Melbourne, proceed direct to Vero Beach. I get direct to VORs all the time. It means they're not going to go away anytime soon.
Right.
So you're going to get those clearances. So make sure when you get the clearance, you're going to have to indication. The flag is going to say to, and you center the needle with a to indication. You center the needle with a to indication. All you have to do is read what's on the top of the OBS, which is the big triangle.
Right.
And that's going to be your heading to the VOR. So let's go ahead and center the needle with a to indication. And it looks like we're going to be at 275. And that's going to be the heading to the VOR. Now, adjust for the wind. So initially you can pick that heading. If you see the needle swinging, you have to, crab as necessary.
So far, this 250 degree heading is actually holding us nice.
Yep, 250. Yep, just about because of the wind. We're right on top of Gabreski right now.
Okay.
Very nice. Nobody's out there now. There was one traffic he called earlier, but I couldn't see the guy. And it looks like we're...
Doing about 73 knots.
Okay, let's talk a little bit more about instrument stuff while you're holding that Deer Park Direct. What is the weather requirement for an alternate airport. When do we need an alternate airport? You're flying IFR, your instrument flight plan, instrument flight rules, aircraft is certified, your instrument rated, okay?
Yes.
You file for an IFR flight from East Hampton to Republic. What kind of weather report do you have to have in Republic so you don't need to have an alternate airport?
A TAP report? Terminal area report?
Yeah, absolutely. What kind of weather you need to have in Republic?
Weather has to be above minimum. Right?
So the minimums for Republic is 3/4 of a mile visibility on the ILS approach. Let's assume. It's all assumption. As long as you have 3/4 of a mile, you don't need an alternate?
That's a good question, because I remember seeing that on the study guide too.
Absolutely. That's in your written exam.
Right.
And it's actually going to be a question on your check ride. So you got to know that. Basically, it's the 1-2-3 rule. I like it, 1-2-3 rule, because it's easy to remember.
Right.
Oh yeah, sure. You know, you crawl, then you walk, and then you run. 1-2-3, same thing. 1-2-3 rule says that 1 hour before your arrival time to 1 hour after your arrival time, you gotta have at least 2,000 foot ceiling and at least 3 statute mile visibility. So you don't need an alternate. Okay? So you're looking at a terminal, your Republic doesn't have a terminal error forecast, but you know, Islip and Kennedy does. You look at either one of those because it's pretty close to Republic. And it's gonna tell you that from 0200 Zulu until 0600 Zulu, it's going to be 10-mile visibility and 3,000 foot broken.
That's a VFR.
Do you need an alternate airport?
No.
Very good, excellent. What if it says that the visibility is 10 miles, but the ceiling is 1,500 broken? Do you need an alternate?
No.
1,500 broken, you don't need an alternate.
That's like,
let's go back to the 1-2-3 rule. 1-2-3 rule. 1 hour before, 1 hour after, 2,000 foot ceiling, and 3 statute mile visibility.
Right.
So do we need an alternate?
Yes, we need an alternate.
Yeah, because it's below the 2,000, right?
Yeah.
When I fly instrument, I always file an alternate airport. It's just safer.
Yeah.
It's just safer. You got plenty of fuel to get to your destination, and you have sufficient fuel to go to your alternate, and you have another 45 minutes.
Right.
That means you have more than plenty of fuel to get to your destination. And it's never going to hurt to have extra fuel. Unless you're on fire. If you catch fire on the plane, that's where you don't want to have too much fuel. Other than fire, the more fuel you have, the better.
Right.
Okay, let's talk about a visual approach.
Okay.
On an instrument flight plan.
A visual approach.
What do we need to have? What do we need to have before we can do? Looks like we're departing Gabreski. Let me talk to him. We'll do some flight following back. You cool with that? Okay, cool.
Gabreski, good evening. 757 Alpha Delta is departing class Delta to the west. Would like to thank a free exchange.
Roger, frames exchange approved. Good night.
Free exchange approved. Thanks a lot. Good night. New York approach, good evening, Cessna 757 Alpha Delta is about 10 miles to the east of Long Island. Would like to transition class Charlie 1500 westbound, destination Republic.
could be 2597. Because we're so far east.
Good evening, New York approach, Cessna 757 Alpha Delta with request.
757 Alpha Delta, your approach, good evening, guys.
757 Alpha Delta, 1,500, 10 miles to the east. We'd like to transition class Charlie, heading westbound, destination Republic.
Very hard to read this.
4367.
Wow, you got good ears.
Squawk at 4367, 757 Alpha Delta.
You actually heard 4367 pretty clear, or was pretty kind of...
It was hard to hear it.
Yeah, it was pretty hard to hear, yeah. You're doing a beautiful job holding that direct to Deer Park. This is... When you hold direct Deer Park...
7 Alpha Delta, radar contact. ISO altitude 3008.
3008, 757 Alpha Delta, thank you.
You're doing a wonderful job holding that direct to Deer Park. Now, I've seen people mistake.
Keep turning until
Keep turning it, okay? You don't want that. When this is centered initially... I heard 3004 or something.
Yeah, you need to talk to us though.
I don't know if that radio's working. It's like, I don't know, maybe it's too far. Maybe we'll get a little closer to islip. It's gonna clear up. I've seen people, that's a common error, to keep on twisting this, because if you keep on twisting this, you're not going direct. You're kind of going in an arch.
Right.
Because of the wind, you keep on twisting. So whatever you set, which is 275, 20 miles ago, you want to keep, and then constantly... I could barely hear what he said. Did you understand what he said? Yeah, it was hard to understand.
I came in full blast static. Is it because we're kind of low? You think we're too low to hear that?
It's possible that it's the altitude, yeah. But I don't want to go up to 25 because it's going to be so much more headwinds up there.
Right.
I prefer 1500. If they clear us through Charlie at 15, I prefer to stay at 15.
Yeah.
Anyway, so if it's 275, you stay on at needle center like what you do, which is a beautiful job, you're going to go direct to Deer Park. But if it's twisting to the left, then you're going to keep... It's kind of hard to read what he said. But if you keep on twisting, you're going to end up going in an arch, like left or right. You're gonna, no, you don't want that.
I don't know if he was talking to us.
Could be talking to someone else. Could be a dirty antenna, could be something wrong with the wiring and the avionics, could be so many different things.
I had to guess. I think it just was altitude, that's all.
Just low? You think we're just low? Yeah, possible. Yeah, possible. Just too far from that New York sector, yep.
This airplane's amazing. I like this airplane.
Yeah, it's a really good airplane. I really like it. That's my favorite,
What's up, max range?
on the field. What?
What's max range on this full fuel?
It's not that great. It's not that great. They have the 152 with the extended range. I think it's about 38 gallons usable. This one has 24.
So I won't be able to do the long cross country on this.
You're talking about the long cross country for your instrument?
Yeah.
Okay, the long cross country for the instrument, you need to do 250 nautical miles, minimum 3 landings, and 3 separate instrument approaches. 3 different instrument approaches. That means you're going from here to Albany. You're going to do a VR approach in Albany. Then you're going over to Islip. You're going to do an ILS approach in Islip. Then you're going to go to Republic. do a localizer approach. So we did a VOR approach in Albany, ILS in Islip, localizer in Republic. We're good. We did 3 different approaches. That's it. That'll get you 250 miles and 3 different approaches. It's about 2.5 to 3 hours. So, you know, you may...
Was that for 757 Alpha Delta? We couldn't hear you.
I don't like this. Let's try the other guy. Sorry about that. Let's see, active.
Oh, you put the flaps on by accident?
Yeah, let's see, active. That's why it's nice to have a portable radio. Starts acting up like that. I can't get the button on COM 2 to go into radio mode. It's still like giving me direct 2. Let's try this one.
And then New York approach, Cessna 757 Alpha Delta.
It's not operating.
And then New York approach, Cessna 757 Alpha Delta.
This radio. I don't know. I don't know. Can you hear what he said?
No, it's very staticky.
Okay, tell you what, there's a courtesy. I'm going to be on the safe side. I'm going to be on the safe side because I think he's trying to reach us. Let's contact the tower.
Long Island Tower, Cessna 757 Alpha Delta.
And the 757 Alpha Delta line, clear the tower.
Yes, sir. Good evening. We're trying to get a hold of 2597 New York approach, and we got clearance initially to go through Charlie 1500, but somehow we're losing him on the frequency. You have a different frequency, or maybe we can stay with the tower transitioning to Republic?
Where are you?
Currently 6 miles to the east of Long Island.
Yeah, about 120.05, sir.
Okay, let's go 2505. Thank you, sir.
Negative 120.05.
Okay, copy that. 120.05. Thank you, sir.
600 Southwest 1104.
Cessna 7 Alpha Delta, New York.
There you go, 757 Alpha Delta, 120.05. We were just talking to the Long Island Tower, and he told us to contact you. It's 120.05.
Thank you. Turn left heading 220.
Left turn heading 230, 1,500, 757 Alpha Delta.
And 73 coming in behind you has got to land Islip, so I'm just going to take you away from the final, then I'll be on course.
Copy that, southwest in sight, 757 Alpha Delta.
Southwest 1104, turn left heading 270.
Okay, I got Southwest 73, so let's go Southwest here, 230. Yeah, that's why you want to, you know, when you get transition through Charlie, you want to make sure you constantly talk to someone, because I mean, you can have a lot of traffic here, it's busy.
And 9 miles, you have to think.
Inside, Southwest 1104.
1104, traffic will be no factor, you turn in southbound. Clear visual approach runway 24, contact the tower 119.3.
Runway clear to visual 24, tower south 1104.
EC 4986, New York's on 120.8, we'll see ya.
We're going to transition on this heading, and then either a transition from Captree or some we'll go over to Republic. That Southwest is going to go overhead and then land on 2-4.
Okay. Gonna fly over us?
Yep, it's going to land on top of us, yep. But, you know, he's probably doing 250. Yeah, these guys coming pretty fast. I had one over in St. Louis. We were on a jungle jet on 145 in Southwest, and you know it's parallel runways.
You could do a sidestep, right?
Yeah, you can do a sidestep, but I think it was 30 left and 30 right.
7 Alpha Delta, proceed overhead ISIP airport, then on course.
Proceed iSlip airport and then on course. 757 Alpha Delta.
Okay, let's go ahead.
Can you maintain please 1500?
We're holding 1,500. You want us to do something different?
Well, I'm showing you 1,200 right now, ultimate 3007.
Okay, 007. Yeah, well, I guess, yeah, we're a little bit off here. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, let's get up a little higher. No, I don't think we're off because the traffic return altitude on my TCAS is 1,300. And he said 3007?
Yeah.
Which is about exactly 200 feet different. So technically your pressure altitude now is 2992, which is what the encoder is reporting. So the encoder is going for 1,400, and this is what we are. So I don't think.
And 757 Alpha Delta, just confirm, so proceed overhead ISIP airport, then on course.
Overhead iSlip and then on course. 757 Alpha Delta.
I get that wind drift. Got a little distracted here. Wow, look at that wind drift.
Yeah.
Okay, there's your 7-3 right there on final. He's slowing down, no factor.
Roger.
Okay, there you go. We're right on top of the airport. Let's go ahead and go back to westbound 270. I guess he wanted us right on top of the field. Anyway, back to the story. So that Southwest guy was so high, and, you know, he was clear for the visual approach, and we were supposed to follow him to the runway.
Right.
And he was too high, and he was like, it doesn't look like it's gonna happen. Any way we can make a 360 here? Like, they were like so high and high. So, we were supposed to follow him, and he was all over the place. So I talked to the tower. I said, any chance we can get the right side? Because he was going from the left side. So we were going to the right side, and he was doing some circle, and we were rapidly moving. We passed him, and we actually were behind him initially in the visual approach to the same runway, but we took a separate, different runway, and we landed on 30 right. He was on the left side, and we landed before the Southwest guy landed. So there was an American airline guy on the approach end, you know, basically on the approach end departing, but waiting for this, you know, circus. Let's go back left, heading 240. The wind's kind of pushing us. Alright. So there was an American airline guy sitting on the approach end.
Whiskey Bravo, you can approach altimeter 3007, cross Guinea 1000.
Sitting on the approach end and watching the whole thing as the Southwest is circling, trying to, you know, drop altitude, and we were just like coming in like a freaking bullet in front of them and landing. And the American Airlines guy, there you go, Waterski, good job. Oh man, that was fun. Because we managed to go, we were behind him and we landed in front of him. it was a nice,
Did you like the jungle jet?
Yeah, it was a cool airplane. The ones we had no thrust reversers. I think it was unsafe, but you know, it was a cool, cool jet.
Especially
jungle jet.
Especially LaGuardia arrivals, short runways.
Oh yeah. You gotta watch out. On these ones that had no reversers, you better watch out. If it's a wet runway, a little bit of ice and stuff. Oh man, it's dangerous. Very unsafe. Like going into Burlington with no reversers, imagine that. Burlington, Vermont, Syracuse Hancock International, Rochester. Where else was pretty tricky? Short runways. Because you see, on the jet, the anti-ski doesn't work unless you have tire rotation. When the tire spins, so the brakes are locked. And then when there's a first indication of a tire spin, the anti-skid kinda, the brakes, everything, the anti-skid, the whole braking system is dependent on wheel speed. And if it doesn't have wheel speed, it's malfunctioning, it's not working.
Right.
So you may be on the runway, hydroplaning, and then the airplane is skidding, like the wheels are stopped, and it's just like water ski, like you're going on skis.
Right.
With no tire speed, and if you don't have tire speed, the brakes don't work, so you can just keep on.
Whiskey Bravo, chill, left about climb.
Back to 250 now on Annie, is good. 250.
7 Alpha Delta, proceed on course, walk to 100, proceed to good night.
Okay, proceed on course, squad 1200, good Republic, 757 Alpha Delta, come on.
Alright, we're gonna go Republic. I'm gonna give you another simulated approach, which is radar vectors for radar approach. There you go, 1200. 757 Alpha Delta, turn right heading 300. This will be radar approach to runway 19, Republic.
Alright, turning right heading 300, expecting runway 19, 757 Alpha Delta.
For the wind, 757 Alpha Delta, left turn heading 270.
Left turn heading 270, 57 Alpha Delta.
So much different coming back, huh? A lot of headwinds.
A lot of headwinds.
That was so fast. I was, doing like one simulated intercept, and then I'm like, damn, we're right on top of East Hampton.
So where do you go from Florida all the time? Take your plane back and forth to Florida?
My house.
Oh, you live in Florida too?
Yeah, I have a house in Florida, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I have a small airstrip right in the back of the house. 2,000 foot grass strip.
Oh, okay, I thought that was Pennsylvania.
No, it's in Florida. Yeah. 757 Alpha Delta, turn left at heading of 260, radar vector approach, runway 19.
260, radar vector approach for runway 19, 57 Alpha Delta.
Altimeter 3011. Visual approach and use land departing runway 19er. IFR departures, advise ground control for taxi at your IFR, read back all runway, hold short instructions, read back all runway assignments, advise public town, initial contact, give information, Tango.
Tango! Tango, Tango!
Public airport information, Tango 0053 Zulu, weather observation, wind 21016, visibility 10, clear below 12,000, temperature 09er, dew point 03. Altimeter 3011. Visual approach and use land departing runway 19er. IFR departures, advise ground control for taxi at your IFR, read back all runway, hold short instructions, read back all runway assignments, advise public town, initial contact, give information, Tango.
Tango.
Okay, still wind from the south using 19 Tango. Tango, Tango, Tango.
We are to the east of the station.
We're pretty much good. 250, that's a good heading for the approach. I think we talked about a visual approach. Yeah. What's the minimum visibility on an instrument flight plan? Instrument certified aircraft, instrument rated airplane, going for a visual approach. Minimum visibility.
Does a 1, 2, 3 apply, or is it 3 mile visibility?
No 1, 2, 3 on that. There's basically statute mile visibility.
3 miles?
Yep, you need to have 3 mile visibility. What else you need for a visual approach?
You need 2,000 feet.
Nothing about
1,000?
Nothing about 2,000, 1,000, none of that. You need to have what in order to proceed visually? You have the required visibility, but what else you need to proceed visually? On the Airman Information Manual, what does it say? Basically, you need to have the airport in sight,
right,
or the preceding aircraft in sight. So as long as you can follow an airplane into the airport visually, or you can follow visually to the airport where you can see the airport, you can get a visual approach. But you got to have 3 mile visibility. So if it's a 2.5 mile visibility, can you get a visual approach?
No.
No, cannot. It's IFR. You don't have the required visibility. What about a contact approach? Can you get a contact approach if it's 2.5 mile viz?
No.
You sure about that?
A contact approach?
Contact. C-O-N-T-A-C-T. Contact.
Contact approach.
Yep. Let me call Republic. What was it? Tango?
Tango.
You go ahead, go. Republic 757 Alpha Delta, 5 miles to the west. 5 miles to the east with Tango.
Yeah.
Republic Tower, Cessna 757 Alpha Delta, 5 miles to the east, pressing full stop.
You say Tango?
7 Alpha Delta, Tower into left base, runway 19er.
Left base, runway 19er, and we have information Tango for Cessna 757 Alpha Delta.
Okay, left base 19. I'm going to make it work for you.
Okay.
Okay, 757 Alpha Delta, turn right hand 270.
270, 757 Alpha Delta.
Ezra. And back to contact approach. You can actually get a contact approach at 2.5 mile visibility.
Okay.
To get a contact approach, you need to have at least 1 mile visibility, and you have to be clear of clouds. You must be on an IFR flight plan. You can't get a contact approach if you're VFR, okay?
Okay.
You gotta be on an instrument flight plan. You gotta be instrument rated, and the aircraft has to be certified for instrument flight. And another requirement for contact approach is for you to remain with contact with the ground. You got to be able to see the ground. You got to know where you're going. No?
Right.
And you can do an approach at 1 mile. 557 Alpha Delta to center maintain 1000 for the radar approach.
Center maintain 1000 for the radar approach.
Heading 270, affirmative. 270 radar approach and maintain 1000. Very nice aircraft control, very nice.
Very nice.
Yeah, you're going to do very well. You think it's flying that simulator all the time kind of keeps you sharp?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh boy, it's going to be bumpy.
Yeah, it's going to be extremely bumpy.
Back to the bumps, back to the potholes.
Riding along in my automobile.
Yipper. You can go ahead and call left base 19. Okay.
Left base 19.
Alpha Delta, runway 19er, cleared to land, wind 23011, goes 23.
Alright, you got it. Clear to land, you can say. Clear to land.
Clear to land, 757 Alpha Delta, runway 19.
757 Alpha Delta, turn left heading 240, radar approach, maintain 1000, 19er.
240, maintain 1000, so established on the approach, 757 Alpha.
Now, if it gets too bumpy for you flying visual with the instruments and you get sick or whatever, just let me know.
That's okay.
When it gets bumpy under the foggles, sometimes pilots get a little nauseous or something. Set off Delta, heading 240, maintain 1000.
240, 1000.
Stand off at Delta, left turn at 210, descent 800.
210, descent 800, 757 Alpha. 800.
Seven 757 Alpha Delta, right turn at 240, descent 600.
240, 600 for 57 Alpha Delta. 40, 600.
757 Alpha Delta, left turn 210, descent 500.
210, 500, 757 Alpha Delta.
757 Alpha Delta, the airport should be at 10 o'clock. Advise the airport in sight.
Runway in sight for 757 Alpha Delta.
Okay, my controls.
Air control.
Foggles out.
Foggles out.
Alright, we got the foggles. And when you're ready, you take the controls.
Alright, my controls.
My controls. Your controls. You're right on the glide path, right on the runway. Just a little bit on the bumpy side.
Yeah, very bumpy.
So use cautious. Ooh, that's going to be a fun ride.
Yeah.
Looks like crosswind from the right too.
Yeah. So I got winds coming from the right. Crosswind from the right.
Yep. The landing in the Hamptons was left crosswind. Now you got right crosswind. You're good though. Right on the glide path. Just a little fast. Let's throttle back. Slow that baby down. A little bit of nose up trim and throttle back. There you go. Clear to land 19.
Clear to land 19.
Now we're going to have right aileron, opposite left rudder. Beautiful. Hold it right there. Let it float. Bam! You know how to fly. That's it. Watch it. Right aileron and get on the brakes. Got that shimmy. There you go. Beautiful. We're going to make a right on Alpha. And we're going to Atlantic when he calls, okay?
Okay.
Excellent job. Right
turn here. Alpha Delta, taxi to Parkwood Tower.
But Atlantic with Tower, Alpha Delta.
Yeah, going Atlantic Wood Tower for 757 Alpha Delta.
Alright.
Alright. Oh, that was a little challenging, that little landing.
The landing? You did good though. Not bad at all. Left up here, take us all the way to the ramp.
Alright. Yeah, flaps up was definitely necessary for that approach.
Not necessary, but you know what? I think when you have crosswind and you have gusty winds, you have more aircraft control. There's a lot of advantage with partial flaps or no flap. Number one, more aircraft control.
Right.
Your touchdown is faster. When the touchdown is faster, you have more control on the flare, the round out, adjusting for the wind drift. Especially when it's a tailwheel equipped aircraft, the faster you are, you got more control of the airplane. Directional control, Another advantage, a go-around. What's easier to go around, with full flaps or with partial flaps or no flaps?
Partial flaps, no flaps.
Hey, why is that?
better control on the go-around?
Yeah, you got all these flaps hanging in there, giving you drag. I mean, you get lift, but, you know, you're not just getting pure lift, you know?
Right.
Sometimes with 30, 40 degrees of flaps, you're getting more drag than lift. You want that drag on the go-around? Not good, right?
No.
So, I like to do, you know, crosswind landings, gusty landings with, you know, partial flaps or no flaps. This way, if I have to go around, man, I just like, as soon as you get that power up there, you feel like a helicopter. It's like, boom, 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 it just wants to go. Because you don't have all that drag. You have, you know, and you have extra speed, too. When you have extra speed, you're less likely to stall, or you're less likely to, you know, have a stall warning, or, you know, or be on the, you know, on the back side of the power curve. Sometimes you're on the back side of the power curve. You got so much power, so much pitch on the go-around, the airplane's not really climbing. You're like so slow, you know?
Right.
So take that into consideration, you know, in your career, you know. As long as you have sufficient runway, you know. If it's a short runway, you gotta watch out. You know, you want to have flaps on a short runway because, you know, you can touch down slower, stop slower. But here in Republic, what kind of runway length we're dealing with?
19.
Oh, it's like 6,000?
6,000, yeah.
Way up
6,000.
there. Yeah, so we got plenty of room.
Probably enough for a 7.3.
I see a 7.3 landing here once in a while. We got those charter flights in the weekends. Gonna make a right. And take it right back to the spot. Yeah, we don't need the TCAS anymore. Gonna wrap it up. What do you think? Self-critique.
I think I have a lot of potential to be an excellent pilot.
Oh, you're good, man.
Good pilot's always learning.
No complaints. Excellent work today. Excellent.
And a rusty pilot's always wrestling the wind.
When was the last time you flown? Has it been?
February.
February. Okay,
Yes,
not too
February.
bad. Couple of months, not too bad. Couple of months is not too bad.
Oh, actually March. I think it was March, late March too. Martha's Vineyard. I did a Martha's Vineyard cross country.
Martha's Vineyard, man, that's my favorite summer spot.
Right over the Long Island Sound.
Man, these women in the summertime there. I don't know why they tend to just show off. It's a very, high class, vacation spot.
Yeah.
JFK used to go out there. A lot of these.
Hey, when he crashed, was he spatially disoriented?
I'm sure he had lack of instrument skills. I'm pretty sure.
Was he IFR rated?
No, only private. Yeah, only private. Yeah. He actually trained in. I saw him, personally. He actually trained in Vero Beach in flight safety back in the days, back in the 90s. I knew his instructor too. Benaway. His instructor was Benaway. He's with probably with the major airlines now, but back in the days he was with Coex, Condell Express. Make a right up here, and we're gonna take it all the way to the spot. So they came back to flight safety after the crash, and they, questioned the instructor and all that. There was a pretty big ordeal.
Gotta turn left?
No, stay straight. We can kind of get a little bit, maybe a little bit right. You know what? Let me do it probably
No,
easier. Mike Controls. I'm going to make it a little easier. If I do it this way, we can just kind of back it up. Yeah. Push her back one spot. Alright, let's do a quick securing here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's good, and that's good. Close that baby down. And off we go.